Hey guys, how's it going? It's Blepnir here with another battle showcase, and today we're going to be going over some really fun battles that I had using Autorekt in Great League. Now, for those of you that don't know, Autorekt is basically the system where the game picks out your team for you. You can do this yourself by deleting every single one of your battle parties and just jumping into GBL, and the game will pick 3 random Pokemon for you. My rule is that if it picks me a Pokemon that I haven't built yet, I will replace it with a Pokemon that I have built of the same typing. For example, if it gives me a Slowpoke that I haven't powered up yet, I will replace that Slowpoke with another Psychic type or another Water type. I could replace it with a Hypno. I could replace it with a Alola Mola. But other than that, I stick with the team that the game gives me. And so this leads to some very interesting, very fun battles, especially here in the low ranks where everyone's still, figuring out the new meta. There's been a lot of new moves added to the game. There have been a lot of Pokemon that gain new moves that they haven't had access to before. And the star of the show for me has definitely been Shadow Girafarig. So you're going to see the Shadow Girafarig come out quite a lot in these battles, replacing a Psychic type that I haven't had built yet, or just because it was randomly picked by the game. So let's take a look at these first few battles doing Autorekt in the Great League. So we're going to start with Swampert on the lead, Crustle on the swap, and Salazzle in the back. So we've got Swampert to Nidoqueen. This is a very good lead. They switch into Greedent, and I just throw this Hydro Cannon because Greedent in the Great League is not that bulky, and this Hydro Cannon is going to do a lot of damage. Does about 45% of their health, 40% of their health. They do get off the Body Slam, which is fine because now they're energy dry, and I should be able to easily take care of this Greedent with my Crustle. The Greedent's forced to go for the non-stab crunches because my Crustle would resist the Body Slam. And now I do throw this X-Scissor because I do not want to take another crunch. And they come into the Shadow Nidoqueen. So I'm in a little bit of trouble here because they can get a lot of energy if they throw a Poison Fang and farm me down, which it's looking like they're trying to do. So I'm going to have to, unfortunately, get farmed down here because I can't switch out yet, and I go into the Salazzle. So they actually farm up enough to get to the Earth Power. I'm not going to risk it. Sure enough, it is the Earth Power, so really good that they didn't bait there. And they have a Trevenant in the back. So at this point, because I successfully shielded up the Earth Power, I am just looking really good here. I can just go straight Poison Fang. They have to shield, but look how much these Incinerates are doing. And they let a full Incinerate through. So folks, they can throw as many Leaf Bombs as they want, Seed Bombs as they want, but they're not going to get to the Shadow Ball. So that is a GG's. So next we have Girafarig, Beware, and Shadow Granbull. Girafarig has been the star of the show for me. Look at it here. Just single resisting those Shadow Claws. A Psychic type that resists Ghost. How amazing is that? They're forced to throw their Seed Bombs, and then they go into a Nidoqueen, and look how much damage that does to the Nidoqueen. Oh my gosh. A single Psychic Fang absolutely destroying the Nidoqueen, and now I'm able to easily farm it down. Amazing. The Beware tanking that Poison Fang from the Shadow Nidoqueen like a boss. And that payback is going to do a lot of damage. And so now I'm charming down the Medicham, and now I can just charm down this Trevenant. So here you see the Shadow Granbull showing its absolutely monstrous power as a closer. It's able to fast move down the remnants of their team there. And so we have a good lead with the the Skuntank into Venusaur. And they swap into a Lantern. I swap into my Alolan Dugtrio. I love my Alolan Dugtrio. Unfortunately, it is very glassy, so I have to shield up these Surfs. But now I'm able to farm this all the way down. So looking good here. We have to see what they come in with. They come in with the Venusaur, and I'm going to start spamming out these mud bombs. So like I said, Alolan Doug Trio is exceedingly glassy, but those mud bombs do a lot of damage. So I'm going to swap into the Escavalier here. And the reason why I'm swapping into Escavalier is because I don't want the Venusaur to get any more energy. And if the Venusaur did throw onto the Escavalier, both moves that they can throw would be double resisted. So they didn't throw their energy, but that's fine because I can actually just throw both these drill runs. And I all but one-shot the Stunfisk. So unfortunately didn't quite one-shot the Stunfisk, but the Stunfisk actually CP-ties me, and I'm able to Poison Jab down. So at this point, the Venusaur, every single move it can throw here is resisted. The Sludge Bomb would be actually the wrong choice. They should have thrown the Frenzy Plant, which would do a little more damage. Regardless, that's a GG's. So here we actually have Medicham in the lead, and then an unfinished backline. Both of my backline are well below 1500 CP and actually don't have a second move. So let's see how this shiny unfinished backline can do. We got the shiny Tentacruel. We've got the shiny Raikou. And what you're going to see here is that even though I let through that, I shield up that Ice Punch, and I let through this Psychic here, I'm still able to either win switch or get a shield advantage here. So I'm going to throw this first Ice Punch, get the shield, throw the second Ice Punch. They're going to have to make a decision. Do they want to shield here? They do. And so I actually didn't know what this Tentacruel had in its moveset. I do shield up that Ice Punch, which might have been a mistake. But I see that my Tentacruel has Blizzard. Okay? And not a lot of Tentacruels run Blizzard. So this opponent did not expect me to have Blizzard. I'm going to easily one-shot their Noctowl here. I'm not going to risk it. I was worried that they might catch onto a water type. So I just go straight for it. I take out that Noctowl. That super bulky Noctowl doesn't stand a chance. And so I actually realized too late that I had Thundershock on this Raikou. So not doing quite as much damage as I could have if I had Volt Switch, but that's okay. I actually don't die from that Play Rough, which is bad because I give them a little bit extra farm. I'm thinking that this is over, but no, look at this. The Tentacruel survives the sludge, survives the fairy winds there. That is a 1300 CP Tentacruel just being absolutely a bulk monster there. I couldn't believe it. So here we have the Shadow Girafarig again. We've got the Shadow Torterra, and then we've got Medicham in the back. So I go right into the Shadow Torterra. I know I'm going to get to this Sand Tomb, and they're probably going to have to shield this Sand Tomb here. Yeah, so they do end up having to shield. I am not going to shield. I'm going to let myself get taken out, and their shield down. So if I can just get energy on my Medicham here, you can see here that this Medicham actually had Ice Punch and Power Punch, which I was not aware of. I thought that it had Psychic, but luckily they come in with a Steel Wing Skarmory. So Steel Wing takes a ton of time to generate energy, and it's obviously not super effective versus me. So that's much better than them having Wing Attack like they usually do. Or not Wing Attack, but rather Air Slash. So really good. I'm able to farm them all the way down. And they have a Marsh Tomp in the back. So it's really good that they shielded up that Power Up Punch, because now I'm going to just start spamming out these Ice Punches. That first one does a lot of damage. And they have to throw energy here, or else I would have gotten to another Ice Punch. They do take me out with the Mud Bomb, but one Confusion takes them out. So that's just showing how much the Confusion does with the Shadow Girafarig. Really impressive. Here we have Lickitung into Crobat. So Lickitung wins this just because Lickitung is so bulky. But I might want to switch out into my Shadow Glade, because Shadow Glade can actually farm down this Golbat. So let's see what I do here. I do have an unfinished Metagross in the back. So this Metagross is low 1400 CP. It doesn't have a second move, but let's see how it does. So you see that they actually correctly shielded up my close combat on their Snorlax, but that's not a big deal because it just gives them less farm. They lick me down, but they would have gotten more energy if my defense hadn't been lowered. So that's why I lowered my defense using the close combat there. And so now I'm coming to my Lickitung. I'm just thinking that they're not going to throw the superpower yet, so that's why I did not shield. And so at this point, I'm actually considering farming down on my Metagross. So I come into my Metagross, they come into Deoxys here. Now, this is a very bulky Pokemon, right? Deoxys. But look how much those bullet punches are doing. And this Metagross is not powered up all the way. So really impressive damage there. The bullet punches and the Meteor Mash are enough to take out the defense Deoxys, and I got a lot of energy. So I take out the Snorlax here. The Crobat does take me out, but look how close I am to a move on this Lickitung. I'm able to get to the move, and like I said, Lickitung absolutely dominates Crobat simply because it's so bulky, and Crobat is not that bulky. So that game blew my mind. I could not believe how much those bullet punches did against the defense Deoxys. So here we have a pretty neutral lead. I am going to tie to the Earthquake, and this superpower is going to do a ton of damage. So let's see if they let it go. They shield it. This Earthquake, I can safely shield. Hopefully it is an Earthquake. It is a Rock Slide. So it's smart of them to throw the Rock Slide there, knowing that I was going to shield. So now I come into this Kangaskhan, and I correctly shield up the Earthquake. However, they have an Azumarill. So this is kind of a tricky situation. I basically have to throw away this Kangaskhan because obviously I don't want this Azumarill aligned to my Malamar. However, the Golduck is going to be able to do quite a bit of damage to this Azumarill. I'm now triple boosted with my power-up punches. So I actually do end up doing a lot of Mud Slap damage there with my triple boosted Mud Slaps. And then I'm able to get them pretty low, and I'm planning to just farm down with this Golduck. Let's see what they throw. They do throw the Play Rough, does really hurt the Golduck, but I'm thinking that I can farm them down before they get to a second move. And I can, so I have a lot of energy here. I blind throw the Cross Chop very stupidly, but look here. They do shield with the Trevenant. Now, the smart thing to do would have been to go into my Malamar and take them out with the Dark Pulse, but I actually end up, the Foul Play, not the Dark Pulse. I actually end up throwing the Synchronoise first, so I could have probably taken them out with just the Foul Play, but the Synchronoise really ensured that I took them out, and that superpower didn't do quite as much damage as I was hoping, so this is still going to be a very tricky situation, but they throw the Rock Slide. They needed to throw the Earthquake in order to take me out here, and they didn't have quite enough energy to do so. So you see here that we suffered some internet connectivity issues, but sure enough, I'm able to take them down. And yeah, that's a good game. So if you guys want to try out Autorekt, I highly recommend it, especially now at the beginning of the season.